What about obviously the three teams that came up, went back down: Leicester, Ipswich, and Southampton? I mean, Southampton finished with 2 wins in total. Ipswich with 4, Leicester with 6. I mean, all of their goal differences are literally they all concede 80+ goals.
I think that's going to happen more and more now, and it comes back to the reason we've just been saying about like your Bournemouths, Forests, Fulhams, who like back in the day were maybe yo-yo clubs, and they've made that jump up.
Yeah,
and now these teams just can't catch up, because it's not like it's, and like you never know, like Leeds might do okay this year because they've kind of been there, done it a few times, but I feel like it's so hard for teams now to come up, and it's not like any of them are even getting close. They're like getting relegated by like 15, 16, 17 points.
Yeah.
It must be so hard.
How much do you use? I've put this, and I wanted to talk about this with you guys too. And I think this was a big talking point. I think Roy Keane has said this on the Stick to Football. But like, how much of it though? To me, I'm looking at all three of those teams, right? Southampton, Ipswich, maybe. Yeah, well, we'll still go down, but Southampton, Leicester, like these teams are coming up, dicking or doing well in the Championship, playing an expansive style of football, right? Which everyone wants to see. They're then coming up and they're getting pumped. But like, no one's changing or adapting. Like, the managers aren't changing or adapting. Like, Vincent Kompany getting the Bayern Munich job after what he did at Burnley and relegating them is fucking mad.
How do you think a team would get on though if they just went like old school and just lumped it up to the big guy?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think there's a balance there, but like, no one. I mean, Southampton, Russell Martin did not adapt.
Yeah, and they were awful.
He might sit here and say, well, actually, I did try and do a couple of little tweaks and stuff, but they continued to do the same thing all the time. And it's not like, well, I think you said, Greg, I don't think it's as far as like punt it up to the big guy. But at what point do the managers need to take a bit of accountability and say, we're stepping up another level here. We now need to learn to be a bit more compact. Still, when we have the opportunity, let's do our thing. But
it must just be so hard because you've embedded like a style of play into a team, and it's gone well in the Championship. Could you imagine if you went to training on the first day in July and the manager was like, here, remember all that passing about we did? Scrap that. We're just lumping it
now.
Like,
yeah, it don't work like that.
Yeah, it must be impossible.
But this is why I think moving forwards, I think the most adaptable, the most balanced team overall in Europe won the Champions League. And I think the most adaptable coach in England won the Premier League. Like, I would say we adapted based on games, based on who the opposition was. Like, there's always the core, like, Van Dijk's clipping it to Salah, right? Like, you're trying to play into gravity. There's always, like, those cores. So I just think these guys at the bottom, it's like, you can keep a core, but I think to constantly be like, we're going to continue to do this as fucking Erling Haaland puts in the 7th past year.
They're not good
That's
enough.
what I mean.
They're not good enough. There's levels to it. There's levels to it. There's not that I'm sitting here saying they're shite. Because the level that they're at is absolutely ridiculous.
It must just be the jump up, And then as we say,
there's
like,
levels to it, man. Like,
and all those teams that used to probably be part of that yo-yo are now have kind of made that step up as well. So the teams just seem to go straight back down. When was the last time a team came up and stayed up? Because all three went down the year before as well.
Yeah. Yep. So it's at least 2 years in a row. All three have gone straight back down, and as we said, quite convincingly. I mean, I think you looked at. I mean, like the year before, I think I said this in the start of the predictions one at the start of the season. Like, I said that at least Luton last year tried to harness their home ground and be a bit more of that. Do you know what I mean? They tried to flip something and make it work for them. And as you say, okay,
Ipswich done the same.
Ipswich tried to do a little bit the same. Fair enough, but I do agree with you. It's like, it is very, very difficult. I mean, there was that clip of Martindale about Livingston when they said, "Are you excited to go back up?" And he was kind of like, not really, to be honest. Like, every game in the Championship's exciting. The budgets are all quite similar. We're going to go up to the SPL and just get absolutely fucking humped every week. Like, and it's kind of, you're kind of a bit like, oh, it's a bit defeatist, but the gap is starting to really get. I mean, Leicester finished 18th on 25 points. It's then Spurs, who, as you said, Greg, pretty much gave up on the league. Yeah, quite a while to go. Yeah. They finished on 38. So what's that? 10, 11, so 13-point difference. Yeah. So it's not even close. It's not even close.